Would you make a Joe coming out there today? How do you look?
I thought he looked good. It's good to get him involved. He did some individual. He did some 7-on-7, so that's a good step in the right direction.
When do you anticipate him doing team stuff? What's happening?
Just taking it today right now. So it was a good start today.
Is there anything in particular as he ramps things back up that you're looking for as kind of signs that he's progressing the way you want?
Well, I know he's feeling better every single day. And so, again, we got a plan to start to ease him back into practice, and this was phase one of that.
Conditioning part of that, Zach, in terms of what you're looking for from him?
Yeah, I think he's done a pretty good job of that. That's something he's been doing the last week, has been running. And so I think he always does a great job taking care of himself. I think he's in pretty good shape.
I know he's been in the building, he's been out here at practice watching, but to have him back in practice gear, practicing, you think it adds energy to the group?
It does. It certainly does. When you've got your starting quarterback back in the mix, someone that's as impactful as Joe does, it absolutely adds energy to the team.
Can you get an update on Jackson Carman not practicing? I see him running there.
Yeah.
And Sam Hubbard.
Some of these guys, Jackson in particular, the game, it's a quick turnaround for the game, so some guys are just need an extra day. Okay, so he's one of those guys right now. He'll probably wear a brace, just a little elbow thing that just bothered him today. It's not going to be anything impactful over the next couple days. Sam Hubbard's one of those guys. We're just trying to get these young guys as many reps as possible. And so Sam and Trey will kind of balance them as we go forward. And so Sam, today we pulled him off the team reps again to get a look at some of these younger guys.
Left guard battle still pretty open
Yeah,
after Friday night?
absolutely. Yep.
What did you think about Cordell Volson?
I think both guys did some positive things, and there's some things that they continue to improve on. So, again, that's just one of 3 games that we're going to play. We get, several more days of practice leading into this. We're going to have practice next week with another team. So there's still a lot of work left to do to be able to sort that thing out.
What were the conversations with Burrow like as y'all got ready for today? I know you didn't want to give a timeline, but at what point did you say, okay, it feels good enough, let's get him some reps in individuals?
Yeah, we talked about doing 2 reps and 7-on-7, and then he took 10. So that's how it goes sometimes.
Were there any limitations on balls he could throw, throwing downfield, anything like that?
That's hard for me to say. I think that's one of the things. We're just going to get out of here and do it, and he'll give us feedback as he feels. But I thought he looked really sharp, did a good job first day back out there throwing, in a team environment. He's done some stuff with these other guys, but it was good to see him back out there.
What impressed you the most about what you saw from Joe Burrow today?
Just 7-on-7. It's fun to get your quarterback back out there, and I think the guys all feel that energy, and that's good. That's positive. So we still got time here before our first regular season game, so there's plenty of time to get everything back in the mix so he can get some reps on everything leading up to that first game.
You spoke about Burrow getting extra reps. Was that his decision to go with the 2s as well in 7s?
It's how it works out sometimes.
Is that kind of on brand for him at this point that he's going to kind of see exactly where he's at and kind of push?
I'm not shy. Part of it is we have to be conservative with him. Of course he's going to want to do everything. So it's on us to be conservative. As you watch him, there's limited mobility in 7-on-7. It's not a team environment where things can get off schedule and you got to move around a little bit. So it's much easier to control. So it's good to see.
What's that balance like? Do you have to kind of tell him to hold the brakes a little bit?
Yeah, we do, and he understands that also. And Skelly in some ways is more difficult than some of the individual stuff we do. Easier than some of the individual stuff we do. So I thought it was a good fit to get that in there today.
Zach, I know
I'll get you next.
Is there any limitations for him physically now?
Just ease him back into it. I don't want to speak for him on how he feels, but he looks good on my end. We'll limit him. Again, we don't want him in the team stuff today to where things unscripted. We'll just take it day to day from there.
I think I saw you got 4 snaps on Friday night. You said going in you were going to manage him.
Right.
Be careful with him today. First team reps because Sam out. How did he look?
We'll get more reps with him. So he did a good job setting the edge. He was in there on a couple plays. We'll get him a lot more work this week and into the next game.
Zach, when you watched the film the day after the game, what stood out to you about Zach Carter's performance?
Played a lot of snaps, played a lot of football, contributed on special teams, played a lot of defensive snaps. I think it's good for those rookies to feel what it feels like to be in the first game, that environment. But I think Zach's got a lot of potential for us. We've been really excited about how he's approached everything, how he handles himself. He's a great person to add to our locker room, and so excited to watch him continue to develop over the course of training camp.
Trent Taylor had a role last year on this team. When you see what he does in the first preseason game when he's out there, he looks like the leader of the offense on the field. He's a guy that's starting to flash even more out there in the field, is maybe even a bigger role this year.
He does a good job. He's got his stuff that he really excels at, and you get him one-on-one in space like we did the other day on a quick little choice route. That's always going to pay off for us. He made a great catch down there in the corner route. He's done a good job, and again, he continues to battle, for those receiver spots.